Mortal Kombat 11 is the other very large video game what came out this week.
Yes.
This is, as in the title, the 11th of the Mortal Kombat games, the third in the current, I guess, reboot cycle that started with MK9.
Phase 3.
Yes. I love Mortal Kombat. I've been a proponent of this series. Maybe not so much the middle section of its history, but I've liked where the series has gone. In some ways, this is maybe my favorite Mortal Kombat game, at least in terms of how much I've been enjoying it kind of at the outset and how much I've kind of gelled with the fighting system. Cool. In other ways, there are things about that game that I think are a real bummer.
Like what? Well, let's start with the stuff you like.
Okay, so I think the fighting in that game feels fantastic. Okay. I think MK 9 and 10, they were trying to find a nice balance between, kind of doing their real wild shit and also just making a system that just feels good to do basic moves in. Yeah. I think X for me felt a little stiff at times. It was fun, but it didn't always feel like stuff flowed real well. This one, I feel like maybe it's just the characters I'm choosing to play or what, but it's just like the way the combat flows feels a lot better to me. Okay. It's snappy. I feel like I'm judging distances and getting a better feel for how I'm supposed to be approaching each matchup pretty easily.
So, Alex likes the fighting game bits.
Yes, I like the part where you fight in that game.
The guts are good.
Yes.
The running around is great.
The violence is appropriately ludicrous. It is all over the place and nutty, and that is exactly the way I like it. The story mode, I'm 6 chapters in. I don't know exactly how many there are total. I assume I'm probably nearing the halfway point, something like that. By and large, very good.
Okay. Time travel shenanigans?
It's so stupid. It's
Love it.
so stupid.
Ready.
You are literally fighting the concept of time.
Oh,
it is this woman.
We all, though, really?
It is woman who is the embodiment of time. She is this fucking angry time wizard that is super pissed about Raiden going full fascist and like killing Shinnok at the very beginning. Well, not killing, but beheading him. Okay, and just you
Why is that? I guess he's a god. You can behead a god.
Yeah, you can behead a god and he doesn't die. Yeah.
No, what's the problem?
Well, she's like, that's not how this shit was supposed to go.
Oh, I see.
So she's using her time magic to sort of rewrite time so that Raiden isn't around anymore, but that takes a lot of work. Right. So she brings all these other dead characters back from history to collide with current time. So you get things like Johnny Cage fighting young Johnny Cage. Great. You get both Kanos sort of interacting with each other in a way that is borderline homoerotic in a weird way. Yeah. But whatever.
Okay.
And then, they play around with that in a lot of fun ways.
I mean, it seems like an open script for them to write in all the best of characters. Right?
Totally. And they
to write in DLC characters till the end of time because you can bring anybody in.
Totally. And I think they're mostly hitting the right notes with that stuff. And I think I haven't played online at all, so I don't know exactly how that scene is, but the stuff around the edges, like the different towers and whatnot, like that stuff all seems enjoyable the way that it should be.
And have you found the I don't know what they're calling it, but the kind of gear sets or the customization for...
So now we're going to the other side of this, which is the stuff that I'm not as into. So with the story stuff, just to tie that one off real quick, the inclusion of Ronda Rousey really blows. Yeah. I kind of said that at the beginning, like Ronda Rousey has some beliefs that I definitely do not jive with my personal sensibilities, and she has never really walked any of those statements back to my knowledge.
Not at all.
So her
also some specific allegations around domestic abuse.
Yes. So her presence kind of sucks for, more than just normal stunt casting reasons. Like, it just feels like they really didn't think about that one. She's Sonya.
And is the acting?
So that's the thing. She's not a good enough actress to even make the argument that her inclusion was somehow worthwhile. She's
to
bad.
Really bring Sonya to
She's
life.
Actively bad to the point where when she is talking on screen, it is genuinely distracting.
So not only is it a distraction, it's a distraction.
Yes. So, but just top to bottom, poor decision making on that one. Also, just the way they have built out the unlockables and the different gear systems and just all that shit. Man, I'm just not into it.
How do you do it? Okay, well, if I'm playing, I want to get Liu Kang a new headband.
Okay, so there's stuff.
Is that a thing I can get?
There are things you can unlock just by playing through the story.
Okay.
There's certain gear that is tied to that. There's stuff that you unlock through the crypt, which is that, you walk around, you unlock a bunch of chests, whatever.
How do you unlock those chests?
So there's multiple currencies. The main one is just coins, which unlocks most chests.
Okay.
You
earn those to play?
Yeah, and I think you earn some of the other ones through play as well. There's only one currency you can actually buy, and that is for a specific online store thing where they rotate out like 5 things a day. It's all cosmetics and like consumables and things like that.
V-Bucks, got it.
But and so the monetization actually isn't my huge problem with it. Like it's there, it's annoying, but like it's not necessarily like it's not omnipresent. It's just that the way they have designed this game, they want you to customize everything. It's both physical gear, but then you are like inserting like gems or runes or whatever the hell they call it into that gear, and then that gives you like abilities on top of abilities. And then
this is for story mode. This is
just for general play because I mean the customization it extends to. You can create a version of the character you want. There are moves that you can put in, be like, I want to use this set of moves versus this set of moves. That kind of like building
slots,
off,
right?
Yeah, like building off of what they were kind of doing with some of the style stuff in 10.
Sounds like I don't know if you were familiar with the older Dragon Ball Z games.
Yeah.
But,
was I?
Yeah, you can do a lot of customization there.
And I'm not against that. Like, I'm not against like being able to sort of rework your fighter in a way that is more tuned to your play style. Like, that's cool.
It's move sets as well, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's within the moves, but just. Whenever I'm in the crypt and I'm unlocking stuff, all the chests are randomized, it seems like. And 9 times out of 10, when I unlock something in the crypt, I feel like I stare at it, I'm like, I don't know what any of this shit is, and then I never think about it again.
Right.
Now, if I wanted to sit there and engage with those systems, I'm sure I've got some good stuff. I'm sure I got some things I can apply that would be, useful, would benefit me. But like, that's not what I want out of a Mortal Kombat game. Just give me different skins.
Yes.
Give me, like concept art, behind the scenes stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
I mean, I'm saying that should be the baseline.
I want a fatality.
Yeah. Give me some more fatalities, some more brutalities.
Because I saw
whatever
some
you
of them
got.
are locked up, right?
Yeah. Like give me whatever that's. Just give me the stuff that ties into me playing the fighting game.
So it sounds like all right.
And this other stuff does tie into playing the fighting game, but I just don't care about it.
It sounds like they turned the crypt into kind of loot boxes.
Kind of.
Like where you're kind of opening up, getting random stuff out.
It always kind of was, but it wasn't randomized. Like I think in the last 2, it was there was like literally chest maps. You would be like, okay, well here's where you get this.
And
here's
they
where
cost
you get
different
this.
amounts.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the other half of this is like it's also a loot box in a weird sense because if you're unlocking different moves and different special abilities and stuff like that, and are like stats for the equipment.
I've barely touched those systems because I've mostly been playing through the story and I've just kind of been messing around in like the regular classic tower stuff just so I can see the character endings.
I just like never want to feel like past games from NetherRealm have had a thing where it's like, oh, this is the Scorpion who was focused on teleporting, whereas this is the one who's focused on flames or spears or whatever.
So I think those presets do still exist.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you can still like. There's one that's Scorpion that's just like Boone's main, and that is like the character version that he likes to play. And they have those versions of those characters around, I think. But it's ultimately you can customize whichever set of special moves you want to use for those characters, which is fine. Again, I don't mind that aspect of it. It just feels like the progression system as it is, one, it's badly tuned. Like, it does not feel like you were earning currency other than coins at a particularly high rate. And I think they've gone on Reddit and said, like, yeah, we're going to change some of this stuff in the next patch.
Sure.
But I feel like I'm staring at every unlock and just going like, what do I do with this?
That's not a good feeling.
That's not a good feeling. It feels like I don't actually want to go into the crypt and unlock stuff because I just don't feel that motivated to do so.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
But do you feel like you're missing out?
I mean, I probably am, but it's just my eyes glaze over. You know, it's just not what I'm looking for when I'm playing a fighting game. It's not the level of granularity I'm looking for when I'm playing a fighting game. And I might be in the minority on that, but like, I don't know, man. I don't want them to be funneling stuff at me that isn't just like, make this character look different, give this character more fatalities. You know, like that's really all I'm looking for.
And so is the stuff in the store... Can you buy your way through some of that stuff if it comes up in the stores?
Some of it, yes. But again, it's 5 items and it's all cosmetics and I think like possibly consumables or something. I'm not sure.
And rotates every day.
And it rotates every day, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I bought it. I haven't really played it. I launched it, did one of the tutorials, which seems like the tutorial system is pretty good.
Okay, so that was the one thing I forgot to mention that is awesome, is the tutorial system. It does the basics. It's really good at getting into the nitty-gritty of like more high-level play, combos, dash canceling, shit like that. Like stuff that I just never really ever get very good at in these games. There's at least a tool set there for me to sit there and go through it and be like, okay, I would have to practice this more, but now I know what to do. And they get real good with that. They even have individual character tutorials.
Yeah.
So it's like, here is every special move they have. Here is like the distance you would need to maybe, do these kinds of moves correctly. Like it gives you just a little basic overview, and that's enough,
Cool.
So I booted up, did the tutorial, looked at the character select screen and said, who the heck is this? And then realized I hadn't played Mortal Kombat 10.
Ooh,
So
you're going
now,
back.
now I'm playing Mortal
Yeah,
Kombat 10.
okay. Really?
And then
Vinny.
I need to get the story. Now I know who there's a different Khan in Mortal Kombat 10.
Yes, Kotal Khan.
Hot Khan.
Hot Khan,
it's
yeah.
Sun Khan.
it's Hot Khan.
Hot Khan.
I also got to say, Kotal Khan is maybe not treated with the level of respect that a Khan should command. They really Rodney Dangerfield the fuck out of that dude throughout that story
I think
mode.
I've defeated him like 2 times already with like the kids of the other Mortal Kombat people. Like one of them just walks up there. There's a scene in 10, and this is old news, sorry, but forgive me, where they're going to kill the kids for coming into the Outworld, and one of the kids is like, well, I'll fight you, and if I win, then you don't kill us. And he's like, yeah, okay. And you just
Kotal
beat
Khan.
him.
Yeah.
and he's like, you're in my service now. He's like, I guess I'm in your service now. It's just like, man, things have, okay. Well,
Yeah, they kind of do that again in 11. Like just
Okay.
misadventures keep befalling him, and like he gets no respect.
Seems
He
well-meaning.
gets no respect.
So yeah, I'm playing 10. We'll come back around to NetherRealm.
Yeah, we'll talk about that
a
in a
little
minute.
bit later as we they're in the news as well.
But just to tie that off, I mean, again, it does sound like they're making some adjustments to how some of their currencies are doled out, and how like some of their tower difficulty is kind of being spread out at this point. Again, I think it's really strong, just from a pure fighting standpoint, and if you like the story modes in these games, this one definitely delivers on that from what I've played so far.
Okay.
I think there are some things that need some reworking there.
You folks who are interested should also check out the separate Switch quick look that Jeff did.
Which maybe has a few more issues than
on
the
Giant
regular
Bomb.
platforms.
I think it was the first video or game that I have seen crash on a Switch.
Oh wow.
It also just looked really bad.
Didn't
Like I
look
feel like
great.
Switch games, I think look good generally. Maybe just because they're more designed for the Switch.
Yeah.
But there's something about Mortal Kombat that I was like, boy, this looks bad.
It definitely had a little bit of a PS3 port in the first year of the PS4 kind of vibe.
Yeah, but it like in a worse way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It sounded like Jeff didn't mind the way it was running, I guess, when it was running, but like, yeah, I don't know. You should go check that out.
It crashed?
It crashed, yeah.
Hard locked, like
It just dumped it
It's
to
like a
the-
jittery thing, and then
It was like in the
crashed.
middle of like one of those fatal blow moves, and at the
Great.
very end, it just sort of like started glitching out, and then it crashed to the
Truly
desktop.
fatal
Yeah.
blow.
Also, there was some stuff with it that I think was weird.
Fatal exception.
They didn't make someone else ported it.
I don't
or
know.
Yeah.
There was some stuff about it being offline and limiting a lot of this access to things you could do for the which for the Switch maybe is a bummer for people who want to play that on the go.
on the commute.
Yeah.
Yeah.